And we're in.
Ooh, baby.
Gentlemen.
Hello.
Skull.
The council.
Council.
The other things they say.
The council is convened.
Ganbei, which means drain the cup.
Ah, indeed.
Which is maybe perhaps the most aggressive, yet also the most hilarious of all cheers.
Froeber's back.
Froeber's back.
Hey,
Let's
glorious
go.
return.
Thanks for having me back.
The glorious
We're
return.
not
What a
gonna
beautiful
talk about
return.
The second one. There may have been hallucinogens involved.
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
second one was.
Froeber deny that.
The second one was so bad we had to take a year off.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No,
I take full responsibility.
No, it's a learning experience because I understand the impetus of it, because great conversations can be had on mushrooms. Some of the best.
Yes.
Yep.
But
there's something about recording it that
It just
you
doesn't
get
work,
in your
yeah.
head and then you bypass thinking about what you're thinking about and then you're just spaced out.
Yeah.
If it's not recorded, you're like, oh, we should have recorded that. It's the same thing with jamming when you're on hallucinogens. Where you're like, oh shit, we should have recorded that. I'm like, that's can be a double-edged sword because sometimes it's not as good as you think it was.
Yep.
But a lot of the time, the best shit when you're tripping, it's not meant to be documented.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if it
Yep.
and there's some weird it kind of knows.
It's super context dependent. It's
For sure.
something happening around you that makes it funny or makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, round 3. Let's go.
Round 3, baby.
We're back.
Hey, we in
We're
here.
back.
Well, we were just talking about Joseph Campbell.
Yeah, man.
And
I mean, I could get into this forever.
Me too.
Really.
This
Yeah.
could just swallow the whole podcast. Maybe we should just put a pin in that. But that's I'm a huge mythology fan, and one of the reasons that I love Star Wars so much that I didn't know when I was a kid is it
totally
Lucas
follows
and him
the
were
formula.
all very good friends,
Yeah.
and it's all based on archetypes of mythological characters, which are all based in archetypes of humans.
It's a psychological
That
thing.
parts of
underneath all
human
of it.
nature that will never change through eons, right?
Dude, that's the thing. Is
So
once
that's why it's timeless. Those characters.
once you learn this stuff, it's like a cheat code for the best possible stories. Harry Potter follows the exact. Harry Potter's become a religion. It's made J.K. Rowling richer than the Queen.
Yeah.
She just followed this formula really effectively. And there you go. The fucking Bible follows this formula.
They all
this dude just cracked the
because
code.
it's all just it's all up here. And
Yeah.
It's just it's just human nature, and
Yeah, it's just some
all based
psychological
on parts of our psyche that we have to overcome, or trials and tribulations, deaths and rebirths. But yeah, Joseph Campbell's a fucking man. I wish I remembered we might could pull that up.
Sure.
Maybe not the interview, but just so that I can give you a note for that series. Kenny, me and Eddie were talking about there's this really good interview series that I used to have on DVD,
Ooh,
high definition,
old school.
digital video display. A little bit after Laserdisc,
Yeah.
a little bit before Blu-ray. We're
Yep.
right in the sweet spot.
Right in the cusp, right
We're
there.
right on
yeah.
the cusp.
Yeah.
We're
Understanding
edging.
understanding
We're
mythology.
edging technology, yeah.
Understanding
You
mythology.
know all about that.
Oh, is
I
it
do.
Bill
I do.
Moyer?
Yes, Bill Moyer.
Okay.
Dude, okay, so
I'm not gonna play this, but I'm
shit-
gonna.
So what I was
bookmark
saying
it.
to Eddie is I had a box set DVD box set of this back in the day, and there was 6 DVDs in this box set. It's literally just them in Joseph Campbell's study for close to 10 hours, and you can't take your eyes off the screen. It's the most fascinating shit ever. And it's just 2 old dudes talking about myth, and it's why, if I on paper, that does not sound like it would be compelling at all.
This is like the original podcast, almost.
Could be.
Or it's just a really good interview.
Yeah, but a lot more tweed than nowadays.
Yeah,
You've
true.
slipped into leopard print now.
Yeah.
For
We're doing it
better-
right.
For better or for worse.
We're doing it right. Headbands and leopard print is...
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
An archetype.
Bill Moyers.
A good interview, though. I'll watch a good interview. At this point in my life, I'll watch a good interview over most TV shows, most movies.
You'll love this because
Yeah, I'll crush
Moyers,
this.
the reason that, apparently back in the day he was mad famous. I only know him from this. My dad showed me this and was like, you gotta check this out, Joseph. My family all calls me Joseph. And I was like, alright, pop. I don't call my dad that. I was like, all right, Dad. And the thing that's cool about Bill Moyer is that, and I have no frame of reference for his other interviews, but I'm sure it's similar. He is like so ready to ask stupid questions, or to be like, to seem unknowledgeable, or like, he's so curious.
Lex Friedman is kind of like that. He'll ask these really open-ended, almost childish questions, but that tee up the person perfectly.
But it's not. Yeah, it's like a mix of like you're asking it for the audience, but also like you can tell he genuinely is asking these with like no ego. He's like, give me this information. I don't care if I look like an idiot. He's not trying to pretend like he knows about even like myths that a lot of people know about. If they're talking about Greek mythology, he'll be like, oh yeah, who's that again? And like I feel like that's like part and parcel of like a really great interviewer, where they're like, they can ask this quote unquote stupid questions, and then they're so genuinely curious about something that it opens it up into deeper discourse.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we've literally seen this de-evolution of Rogan's interviewing where it's like for so long it was just about getting the other person's viewpoints out there and making the other person smart. Yes. But in recent months, maybe even years, arguably, Rogan's been more concerned about getting his own views out there and just using that person as like a springboard to be like, fucking vaccines, right? And it's like, whether you agree with it or not, it's not good interviewing.
It's like a bastardization of like what made him successful, which is like, it's like you were saying with live long enough to become the
die a hero, live long enough to become the
villain.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's like, it's not surprising that happened, but it is unfortunate because that's the early days of those Rogan podcasts. Before it was even a thing, like you would just stumble upon it because it would pop up in the algorithm and you'd watch it and you'd be so compelled you'd watch like a whole hour, 2-hour interview.
Yeah.
Because it was the other person talking the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just like maybe disagreeing or maybe changing his ideas about what they were saying, but like now they're selling shit now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he just did he just like moderated a debate the other day that's gotten a ton of traction on the internet between Dave Smith and Douglas Murray, and it's a perfect example of this because it's like, it was ultimately a good debate, it was worth watching, but Rogan's opinion, like the side he's on, is so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Dave Smith's
side? He's clearly on this
so
side.
The bias is just like infiltrating the whole conversation.
It just defeats the purpose of him being the moderator. It's it's like why should he be the moderator then if he's gonna be
put him on the
one
panel,
side? Right?
And get some schmo to fucking moderate,
or just call it Douglas Murray versus Dave Smith and Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, that's an interesting, interesting point. Yeah, the moderator should be neutral and like facilitate both points.
Right.
Without bias.
Should be able to steel man both cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of straw manning one and.
Right. Yeah.
Yada yada.
Kenny, what the fuck is up, dude?
Kenny!
Dude, same old shit, buddy.
You jacking it?
This is my boy right
No.
You're not jacking it these days?
Haven't been jacking it, dude.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
Let's find out what's going on with your penis.
You gotta save
I'm saving my seed for my lover.
Are you really?
Yeah, strictly cream pieing right now. No,
nice.
I'm just joking.
Tossing CPs.
Yeah. No,
I
just
think that's beautiful.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's
Have
how
more
it
kids,
was,
dude.
how it was meant to be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've just been coming on titties, dude. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been sweet.
Exclusively?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Kenny's
not bad,
a
dude.
milkman, dude. Kenny is like an unapologetic milkman.
If you have the
Dude,
choice.
Cindy Sweeney brought me back to tits, dude. I'm a big tits guy, dude.
Literally the second, I'm sure I was a little late on the news feed of like when Sydney Sweeney was single, but the first thing I saw, I just immediately texted
Kenny.
I was like, there's a non-zero chance.
Dude, Kenny loves Sydney Sweeney so much, it's starting to make me hate her.
I think his love is making me love her more, because I love her.
It's like a Taylor Swift situation. It's like the fandom is too intense.
It's having the opposite effect on me. I love Sydney Sweeney, but Kenny's love for her, now I'm like, are we gonna have to fight
over Cindy? Yeah.
If we meet her.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
Talk about non-zero chances. There's 100% chance that there are two dudes that look like you guys that have had a bar fight over like which one of them would fuck Sydney Sweeney if she walked in.
They may look like us.
Yeah.
They don't dress like us. You know what I mean? They don't talk like us.
They don't go to the cinema. They don't go to the cinema like us.
I think that's a Disney song.
We're just a couple rootin' tootin'.
Ooby-doo. That's what it is, Jungle Book. Anyway,
Got it.
We're talking about Sydney Sweeney. Wow,
Sydney Sweeney.
what a
Sydney
goddess.
Sweeney, back on the market.
I almost okay. This is embarrassing, and I don't know if I should admit this, but I didn't even remember seeing this ad when I was in DSW in Downtown Crossing.
Sure, yeah.
So I was looking for a new pair of shoes. I got these. What do you guys think?
Nice.
Sick.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they're called,
Converse All Stars, dude.
And I walked by the brand Hey Dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I like took the box and I like looked at it and I was like, you know what, I might get these. And then the Sydney Sweeney ad like played in my head. And I was like, holy shit, they totally got me. Like, I've never heard of this brand. I didn't even remember that ad, but I almost just bought the shoes because she was in an ad. And I was like, that's kind of
terrifying.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Mm. Well, you think about, like, okay, so data has surpassed oil as the number one commodity in the world. The only thing data is good for is advertising. And you see that and you're like, yeah, but advertising doesn't work on me. Clearly it does. Clearly it does. If they're spending all this fucking money. Exactly. That's the creepiest
It's good advertising. It's the same with propaganda, right?
Right.
Oh, I would never fall for propaganda. Guess what?
Literally all of your opinions. Literally all of your opinions.
If you haven't fallen for it, and you have opinions about political shit, you have, and it worked.
Yeah. You're their best customer for that reason. It kind of reminds me of, like, a friend of mine.
They want you to think you're smarter than what they've told you to believe. Or whatever. With marketing and propaganda, it's the same, two sides of the same coin. This
isn't exactly the same, but kind of similar, and it made me laugh. Like, my friend John, his fiance has a friend who works for Raytheon, or Lockheed Martin, actually. Okay. It's some defense contractor.
Yeah.
And a few months ago, she texted their group chat being like, hey guys, so I'm super behind on this, but I was hoping you could help me understand, like, so Israel's in a fight with Palestine or something? Like, she just had no idea.
So, like, they don't like each other. Is this new?
Right, exactly. Dude, literally.
So this is a new thing.
She is
Why
100%,
don't they just squash it?
Yeah. She's unironically, she's not making a joke. She's fully asking this question. And it just made me realize, this is who Lockheed Martin looks for when they're hiring.
Eddie, I'm so glad you brought this up, because I brought this for you.
Oh my god.
Because here's the thing. I'm never going to read that book.
Dude, my dad has been telling me to read this book.
I bought that book being like, I'm going to fucking learn me some shit.
The 100 Years War.
It was on my bookshelf today, and I was like, I feel like Eddie would fucking actually read
this.
My
dad has literally been telling me to read this book.
Yeah, so that's a little present. I will never read that. I really wish that I was the kind of guy that like would buy a book like that and then read it. But it's just sometimes you need to be realistic.
Yeah. Let me tell you, the key to that is audiobooks. Just put it on in the background of doing something. You'll miss half of the things, but a few data points will stick.
It's so much less frustrating to miss it on an audiobook, though, because when you miss it, you have to go back yourself.
Right.
When you miss it on the book, and like, I have ADHD, so like, I'll read like the last sentence and then be like,
wait, what was the first part?
Dude, I'll read entire pages without absorbing anything.
10.
Yeah.
It's like when you're driving and you space out, you know, and you somehow survive.
You're like, I've been driving for the past 10 minutes.
Which is scary, but like, you did it. With a book, you're like, you gotta, it'd be like putting the car in reverse, and then you'd have to do the whole thing again, but like, paying attention that time. Anyway, enjoy that.
Thanks, man.
I did a lot of research on which books to get. I probably read more about like what book to get than I did of that book. So, I can guarantee you that's a quality book.
Big research guy, dude.
Yeah, that's how you guys need a book recommendation.
It kind of brings us back to like how advertising brained our culture is that we're more into just absorbing the advertisements for various products than we are in the products themselves.
100%, dude.
You know what I mean?
100%. And you feel like savvy if you I got the good deal.
I got the best one.
This book. Oh, you guys. You got that book? Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I have multiple like female friends. This is more of a female pastime than male, but like I have multiple female friends who, as a hobby, will just go on Zillow and just look at houses that they can't afford.
Oh, interesting.
And just scroll through, just be like, "This would be a great deal." It's like that house is $3 million. You are unemployed. What the fuck are we talking about?
Any deal is a great deal,
Right.
hypothetically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It just depends on the parameters you set for the hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Tom Segura has a great bit about that. He's like, I was online shopping for the private jet that best suits my needs.
Right.
$52 million. We're going to bookmark that. But yeah, it kind of blew my mind thinking like, oh, maybe this person is the ideal employee for Lockheed Martin. They look for somebody like that who's completely ignorant, because then they're not going to take issue with like the evil,
bullshit that they're doing.
Yeah, the literal evil that they're doing. You need somebody who's checked out, who's out to lunch, so to speak.
Think about the way that works with hiring, with like a lot of, strenuous or like morally ambiguous jobs. It's like they're looking for a very specific type of mind,
right? And
like moral compass.
Yeah.
And they don't want you to know that they are looking for that,
right?
So I feel like a lot of those people, they get hired. They're like, they make them feel like it's like they're really lucky to get hired or whatever, and it's like you are, but like also it's kind of like in did you guys ever see Ex Machina?
Yeah,
sure, great movie.
Remember how at the beginning it's like you're the best coder, Domhnall Gleeson's character.
Yeah.
You're the best coder. Like, oh my god, you
won the contest
and then
thing.
It's the second he meets Oscar Isaac's character, you realize the intelligence level difference, and you're like, something's up here.
Yeah.
And it's like on a second or third watch, it's more apparent. But because the first one, you're like, is this dude a robot? At least that's what I was doing. But then you watch it again, and you're like, he literally just farmed this guy as being the patsy for like the easiest,
because he could get him
sucked in, trapped by the AI.
Yep.
And that's an extreme example, but I think that a lot of hiring in things like that are like, this is the best suited person for like what we need, and we're gonna make them feel like they're the best suited just in general.
I think you're spot on, dude. I think it's like cult recruitment, fucking advertisements. It's all just like a sort of primitive version of what Ex Machina is.
Yeah.
Is
like definitely cults, dude.
Ex Machina.
Yeah, cults are the most obvious.
Yeah, they go after
like
specific type of person. Dude.
Jim Jeffries has a great thing about this, about like just on a lark, just for fun, trying to join Scientology, and the moment they
sounds like a great time.
Dude, they cut him off when he said he was a comedian. They're like, oh, then we're not interested. That is the coolest thing, because comedians, not that we're the philosophy, that whole philosophy thing is overblown, but we question things because we're trying to find the humor in it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's not the kind of mind that they're looking for.
Yeah.
They're looking for somebody who's like willing to get with the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Falls in line kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Going Clear?
Yes.
I have not.
Great documentary. I've seen all these. They're fantastic.
It's based on a book written by a guy who was just fascinated by religions.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't meant, from my understanding, it wasn't meant to be an expose. But the more he dug into Scientology, the more the book just turned into like, this is fucked.
Yeah.
And it became an expose, and then there's a
little
low on levels.
Yeah. A little bit.
I was just like, I feel like the last time I was here, I was just like way too fucking loud. So
we're still figuring it out.
Yeah, we have no idea what's going on.
Whatever.
We're on a real like, if you listen, thank you, but sorry for all the technical problems.
We're playing it as a
Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you. My bad. We'll figure it out one day.
Our plan is to get better at this organically. Like, if we notice mistakes, we'll correct them in a moment, but we're not going out of our way to do anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
One day we'll have a producer.
I didn't know that this guy like stumbled on this project.
So
that's super interesting.
He's fascinated by like, I read about this a long time ago. I mean, I saw the documentary right when it came out, and then I like researched it, and like, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but what I do remember from researching his take on it was it never started as a book about like how nefarious Scientology was, and, like an expose, and like he was literally just writing about it and was interested in different religions and mythologies and whatever, and he had all these books and stuff, and it became his most famous book, and then the documentary came after. And I knew Scientology was fucked up. Kenny, you gotta watch this documentary.
Okay.
I watched this documentary. Dude, they have like prison camps. And it's all based in like hypnosis, and like they're just like robbing people. There's like harrowing accounts of like infants in daycare who haven't been tended to in like weeks, and are like their eyes are like glued shut with boogers and shit.
Oh shit.
And I was like, whoa, this is like way more of a, I thought it was just a fucked up like, it's a religion, but it's a cult, and like, you know, Tom Cruise is crazy and da da da. Dude, it is like this documentary, my mouth was just fucking agape the whole time. I was like, holy shit.
It's the prominence of these things that makes it hard to believe how fucked up they are.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows what Scientology is. You can just go join. Apparently, if you live in Los Angeles, their buildings are really nice. They're not hiding at all. And then you learn about what they're doing, and you're like, these people should be hiding.
The craziest part about the documentary, too, is all the people that they interview are all the old top brass. So it's literally all the people who have gotten out, who they're interviewing, are like the top people from like 10 years ago who used to run every department in it. So you're getting first-hand information from like the top
all
brass.
The people who have left kind of thing.
So it's not
high-level
just like, it's not just
defectors.
low level.
Defectors.
Yeah, it's literally the people who were like running the main branches of it.
Okay.
So when they tell you it's based,
Did you see
in
that show
hypnosis,
that lady from
Leah Remini?
King of Queens?
Yeah,
did?
Leah Remini.
yeah.
Yeah,
She
that
had a
shit
great
was
show
nuts,
about
dude.
it.
Yeah. Dude, the wife, the main guy who runs it, obviously L. Ron Hubbard is dead now. The main guy who runs it is, if he
Miscavige.
still, yes, David Miscavige.
Oh, his wife's dead for sure.
His wife disappeared for like, she's probably dead.
Oh, she's 100% dead.
But she was like, I guess,
But
making
they-
some kind of waves, and he disappeared her, and she's just been
They
gone.
own
Oh,
they own the cops. Like that is a cold case that will never be reopened. Like yo, it's crazy shit, dude. It's like that documentary is fucking crazy. It's on Max.
Okay, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Dude, speaking of cults, you know what I learned was a cult recently? You know those billboards, Shen Yun? The dance?
Oh yeah.
Heard that this is
It's a cult.
Fucked up.
It's a cult. Falun Gong is the name of the cult. It's a religion that like had a
Give it a goog.
resurgence
Pull it up.
after
Pull
the
it up. I
fall
wanna
of
see it.
Mao.
Yeah, give it a goog.
Quick goog.
Falun
Give it a real quick goog there.
Gong, I think. Falun Gong.
Yes, also known as Falun Dafa. That's
Holy
so
shit!
that's why
I didn't realize they had a swastika in their fucking.
Oh shit, dude.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Well, that's an ancient Eastern symbol of peace that the
Right.
Nazis stole.
Founded by
True.
by
this
him
is
in the
definitely-
early 1990s, though. You can't use that
But-
still,
So
dude.
here's the thing: is
nefarious.
this is why I said like
Post
after
Nazi Germany, that's nefarious.
Yeah.
So this was, I think it was actually predates this. So like when Mao came along, he wiped out every organized religion, and so I'm pretty sure they had Falun Gong or a Falun Gong like precursor before Mao that had to go underground. And so after Mao, they came back. So I think this might actually be, somewhat a legitimate
chill
swastika. Chill swastika. Oh man, if
this swastika. No. Listen, man. This is one of those like you gotta just vibe with it.
This is a viable swa.
It's just look at this swa, dude. This is an ancient swa, okay? We're not talking like, Dolce and Gabbana or whatever the fuck.
This is a swastika before swastikas were cool.
Yeah.
This isn't when the Nazis had like European designer clothing and
That's very funny.
If
it didn't fuck with the
murdery.
algorithm, I would say we should name the episode of this podcast as a chill swastika.
Dude, imagine if we could do that.
Kanye, I think Kanye's chain is a chill
Kanye might
swastika
have
also.
crawled so we could walk on this one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so these guys, they came back after Mao. They started gaining more prominence again. Then President Xi came along, and a similar dictatorship thing happened where they were like, okay, any powerful religion has got to go because you guys are essentially competing with the government. And so they've been basically banished from China, and they're using this banishment as the sob story to compel people all over the world to join their movement and be like, look at it, poor us, we got banished from China, how fucked up is this? And then you look in their movement and you're like, maybe you guys should have been banished.
Yeah.
Because you guys are super fucked up, you're stealing money from people.
You're like, this kind of tracks that you were banished.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not so convinced you guys are the good guys. So anyway, Shen Yun, the New York Times just did a piece on this the other day. Shen Yun is basically it's like an advertising tool. It's a recruitment tool for the cult. Because they put on these dance recitals. By the way, they're working these dancers to the literal bone. Like they're 16 hours of practice a day.
I believe it.
There's one girl who like dislocated either a shoulder or a hip or something, and they just chucked it back into place and sent her back out to dance.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Dude, they are hardcore.
Yeah. The Chinese don't fuck around. I mean, that's like a really crazy, like, wing of it. But like, even still, like, did I tell you guys I lived in China for a little bit and studied kung fu?
No.
Right, we might have to pull this up. There's video evidence of this.
Okay. Where?
Just
Dude, how have you never told me that?
I thought I told you this.
I
studied at a kung fu school in Beijing.
This is sick.
What are you, fucking Bruce?
And I would
Are you Batman, dude?
Yeah. Ra's al Ghul.
Where do I find this? What am I doing?
Alright, just search. What was the program called?
Joe Froeber Kung Fu.
Search Joe Froeber. Honestly, just Joe Froeber. Yeah, Kung Fu. Academic Explorers. That'll actually. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh my god.
This is my Tai Chi set.
Oh, let's go, dude.
2009, dude. What a time to be alive.
The music is...
Chat, do you hear this? I don't live in Chicago, but that's okay. It's close enough. Just brace yourselves, guys, okay? This is Shaolin Gwen. So this is Shaolin staff. Mm-hmm. I learned staff, fist, and yeah. Here we go.
You look completely different.
Well, you know, I was a 21-year-old lad with a really bad haircut because they did not know how to cut my hair.
Oh, that there I can see. Yeah. This is fucking sick.
This is awesome, dude.
This fucking rules.
This is actually real. There's no CGI. Villa Beijing.
Dude, we have to find a way to put this on the...
We gotta pump this video.
Just me.
This is the title image of the podcast.
It has to be.
Froeber just like...
With the best part is the fucking sneakers.
Yes, the Skechers.
With like the ancient, kung fu clothing.
The kung fu clothing is actually pretty sick.
So I didn't
like
study staff for very long. So I was there for like 6 months. The Tai Chi, that is great. The Tai Chi form is actually, this is just for fun. This is just a little...
You look like a creative character, dude.
Yeah, it's my Wii form. Oh shit, dude. Oh!
Oh, they're on some...
Reverse. Oh, let's go.
Sick. Seemed like you could have dodged that without that.
I like when they do the jumps that are totally irrelevant to the...
Yeah. Alright, so I studied this. I had to learn this in like 1 to 2 minute increments every day to get it precise for 6 months. And like I do like that, and like the teacher would come over and move my hand like an inch.
Yeah. Tai Chi is super interesting. I've never done it. So
this was like the main form that I studied. So this shit is crazy, dude. I don't remember any of this shit.
Dude, this is why you're such a chill guy.
Yeah, it's gotta be. But like this took the whole time I was there to be able to remember the whole thing.
God, we need to get set up on video for this podcast.
And
we need this to be featured.
The teachers that I had were they performed in the Olympic ceremony when it was in China.
Sick.
Yeah, they were like legit.
Oh, they were the ones with the drums?
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. Like you said, you did this for a year.
Like 6 months.
Dude, this is pretty... I don't know anything about this, but you seem pretty proficient for a dude who's been doing it for 6 months.
Yeah. I think that just being an athlete, I think I learned... Like, I was more in tune with, like, physicality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they seem to think the same thing, that I, like, was learning quickly, but I also...
Well, like you said, they were good teachers, too.
They were really good. And also, usually this program, there's like a class of like 10 to 15 students. I was the only one that signed up that year.
That's sick.
So I got like one-on-one training. So I learned faster because like it wasn't a group of people learning this form. It was just me.
Yeah.
So it was a lot easier. It was just very like precise, specific instruction.
You were Yasuke, dude.
And then I had fucking 6 hours of Mandarin written homework every day, and I had to learn how to speak Mandarin too. And I couldn't speak English in any of the classes. It was crazy.
That's the only way to do it, like full immersion. You know.
I was like dreaming in Chinese by the end of the time I was there.
That's in Colombia. They would talk about that a lot. That was a big like milestone in your learning of Spanish. Is when you start dreaming in Spanish.
And I didn't practice any of it, so I don't remember jack shit. I remember Huluabua, which was my nickname, which means carrot.
We could do this.
We don't have to watch this whole thing. It's very long.
That's sick though, dude. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I thought I.
That's awesome, dude. I did not know that. That's great.
My little Chinese
little venture.
So, like, how much did you feel like you could experience Chinese culture? It seemed like you were pretty locked into this like temple, like.
I think that learning. So.
Yeah, did you get to like explore China?
Oh yeah, I lived in a hostel, like down the road from there, and like once I got like conversational in Mandarin, there's something to be said about learning. Like one of like the oldest art forms, like Tai Chi and Kung Fu, while also studying the language and navigating the city. You just learn everything faster. Like it all ties into each other. Like, it's hard to explain, but like it just everything kind of clicked way faster than I think if I had just gone for one thing, it would have taken twice as long.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're attacking the same thing from different angles.
Yeah, and I would go around. I remember I walked into a bank one time with my staff because I would like be walking back from the Kung Fu school.
That's so sick.
And I walked into a bank and this woman just came up and she started like in Mandarin. She's like asking me how long I've been studying like Shaolin staff because they all fucking know this shit. They're like, oh, like Shaolin Guin, like how long you've been studying.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like only a couple months, like da da da. And she rips the staff out of my hand. This is a bank teller, and she starts whacking me in the legs. And she's like, show me Mabu, which is like horse stance. Uh-huh. And she's like, deeper. And she's like hitting me, and all the other people at the bank are like laughing. And I was like, I feel like this is kind of lame, but like also I think I'm learning something right now. And like, but she was doing it because she like appreciated that I was like learning the culture, but also I'm just like in a bank getting whacked with a stick by some lady. I'm like,
I'm mad she
this
wasn't
would never happen in America. Like no one, you're a Boy Scout? Like for tie knot, dude. Like
Yeah.
But
no, I think you're totally right. That is like a sign of them actually trying to ingratiate you in the culture.
If
they were ignoring you, that would be different.
They gave a fuck that I gave a fuck and like wanted to learn just even a little tiny little bit, you know. And so I like met a lot of people who were like would fuck with me, but it in a cheeky way where they were like, "This guy's cool. I'm gonna fuck with him," and like.
Not the way that Americans fuck with Asians that are here.
Very different. Very different.
Yeah.
But it was cool, man. It feels like a different lifetime.
Yeah.
In my brain.
That's awesome, man. Have you been back since then?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very different. God bless you. I can show you guys some.
Been burping my whole
Kung
life.
Fu moves though. If you want.
I've been burping my whole life.
That's a Lead'em classic.
I've been burping my whole life.
If you guys want to learn some Kung Fu moves, I can show you some.
Sure.
We'll have to, get these wires out of here. I'll show you after.
I do love that you walked into a bank and just got dogged by a teller.
And she was like this sweet old lady, like in her like mid-50s, and she was fucking whacking me.
Yeah.
And everyone in the bank, not just the people who were working there, like all the fucking people in the bank are like looking at the fucking stupid foreigner and they're all cracking up. But it's like hard to explain, but like in a way that's like, oh, this guy's cool.
I'm mad it wasn't.
We're gonna laugh at him, but like this is cool that this bank teller's just hitting him and he's like down to like stay in horse stance.
It kind of reminds me of that quote I've said on the podcast before, but like the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference.
Yeah.
It's like, if people are
that's
laughing
cool.
at you,
Cool.
making fun of you, like, that's better than the alternative, which is them just ignoring you entirely.
Yeah,
You know?
because it shows some form of trust. Like, oh, this person can learn, or like
Right.
this person can take that or whatever.
Yeah, it's a form of inclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't heard that quote, but I really like that a lot. Yeah, that's cool as hell.
I was gonna. It's too bad the bank wasn't at the top of a giant mountain that you had to climb to learn the rest of the staff stuff that you needed to learn.
I get one fucking coin for each.
yeah. She's in there just eating soup with the hood on, you know, and she's like, "Oh, Froeber, you've arrived."
It's funny,
Back
imagine-
again so soon.
It's so funny just imagining you getting whacked. Like, what kind of bank is this?
Yeah, for real. Oh man, yeah, good times.
That rules.
Yeah, it was pretty sick, dude. Honestly, I like the kung fu.
Kenny, what the fuck is up, man?
Kenny, what's up, bro?
Dude, why are you guys doing this?
I don't know. I'm just following
The
his
heck?
lead on that.
Oh, dude, I watched the fights on Saturday. That was fun.
Oh,
it was
cool.
good card, good UFC card.
Who was fighting?
The main card was fucking Volkanovski. He's the man, bald guy. He won.
I know him.
And then Paddy Pimblett was the fight before that.
Oh, the
And-
Irishman?
Yeah.
I keep seeing clips of him just
he
housing food.
He looked so good, bro.
Really?
Like
Wait, he dropped weight?
from him, like when he's not fighting to like fight day is like he's a
Dude,
different.
it's crazy
He's like literally
how
a different
pro
person.
those guys are at making weight. If
Yeah.
they're at that level, they're like, they have every fucking trick in the book.
Dude, you should hit a Google on what he looked like on Saturday because it's like you won't even recognize him
And
from
when
like
was the fight?
it was Saturday.
Saturday. Oh, and
Yeah,
then there's videos of him before that.
Well, there's just every time he doesn't fight, he looks fat as fuck. Pimblett.
Yo, I remember when I was in high school, that I have this like very like stark memory of like I was sitting at a table with some of the wrestlers and they had a big meet the next day, and the fucking wrestling coach
like
just came over to the table and just glared at them, and they all just put their trays down and walked out. And then I was just alone at the table, and I was like, dude, really? Like he just. That's how intense making weight is
Yeah.
for wrestling, whatever. UFC
he's
boxing.
the king of it, dude. Look at it.
The coach just looks at you and you just stop eating.
Oh, dude, I had
fucked.
friends in high school who, before they had to make weight, would walk around all day with cups that they would spit in.
Just
Like,
that small.
Just to dehydrate themselves.
Jesus.
Just to... Yeah, it's honestly, it's fucked up. They gotta figure out a better
He
system.
kinda-
Yeah, but Patty.
He kind of looks like
This
Wendy's.
looks photoshopped.
He kind of
He
looks
does.
like
Yeah,
Wendy's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
dude,
the
did you see Wendy's roast Katy Perry
Oh.
the other
Oh,
day?
that was great. That was great.
Unreal.
It's
Can
so
we say,
funny.
what did it say?
Can we send her back?
Yeah. Dude,
Apparently, she was a nightmare up there.
Katy Perry's
I mean,
becoming she's
that doesn't
becoming like a
No.
she's becoming like a Nickelback Dan Cook type figure where like I don't think she's
Yeah.
really done anything wrong, but people are just
No.
on the hate train and it's not stopping.
I don't think she's done anything wrong either. I think she's just goofy enough
Yeah.
that people like to rip on her.
Yeah.
Like she's kind of goofy, man. Like same with Nickelback. Like, do they have butt rock songs that are that different from like other bands that don't get made fun of? No.
No.
Like they're so fucking goofy.
They
Yeah.
They're
have that
just
one song that I
easy
actually
targets.
really like, though.
There are a few Nickelback songs that I don't think are bad.
Never
Listen.
made it as a wise man. That one.
No,
that's
baby,
a.
as a poor man still.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that-
like then
that
play like a Nickelback song and like everyone's laughing at the vocals. Was it Chad Kroeger? Is that Creed?
That sounds familiar. Chad
It's
Kroeger.
one of the I mix them up. But then play me a fucking Pearl Jam song and tell me that Eddie Vedder's vocals don't sound any fucking different.
It's pretty similar.
Ted had the
Eddie
greatest
Vedder.
bit about
That's a
this. It's like this is any rock band singer from like the 90s.
Yeah, they sing like goats, dude. I'm singing like a goat. The only person who can sing like a goat that I will hold respect for is Shakira.
Shakira?
She said that back when she was a young girl.
I sing
and
like a
she
goat.
was in choir. Her teacher told her she sang like a goat and she would never be a singer.
Wow.
And look at her now. She sings like a goat.
Yeah.
And that's like her thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Along with her hips.
The hips
I was
don't
gonna
lie.
say
Yeah.
It's hips and goats, dude.
Yeah.
It's all hips and goats with Shakira, you know?
Yeah.
Cuando quiera, cualquiera. That's a Spanish version. I'm cultured.
Yeah, dude. Shakira, Barranquilla native, Barranquillera. Shout out. It's one of the cities on the coast I'd spend a lot of time in.
Hell yeah.
Shakira's a bad bitch.
She is a bad bitch, dude. With that, I forget what it was, whether it was a Super Bowl performance or something, where
Did she
like
do the Super Bowl?
She
shook
came out for
like,
when Jennifer.
And people were
Jennifer
people were
Lopez.
fucking
Shook
mad
ass.
about it.
Yeah.
Remember
Dude,
that?
she shook ass
Who
next to
was
Jennifer
mad?
Lopez,
Yeah.
and
Why
she was so
were
much
people
better.
mad about that?
I don't know. It was
It was
great.
just-
I
Like,
thought it
oh,
was great.
these beautiful women shaking their rump pum pums.
Yeah, it's the same guys that were complaining about Kendrick.
Pretty much.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
just
Yeah,
old
it's
whites
it's a
looking
racial
for
thing.
something to
Yeah,
bitch
it was a racial thing.
It was
Yeah.
they called it a sexual
But
thing.
it's like,
but
listen,
it's a racial
like
thing.
I get that you're stupid and racist, but like, how could you be racist against like butts shaking? Like,
I
what-
know.
Yeah.
How are you that stupid? Like, I get that you're stupid and racist, but like,
Yeah, that's a new level.
come on, that
Yeah.
you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
embarrassing.
You know what's funny about this is like forever I've had the same view of it, which is just like, why are you slut shaming? Sluts are good. We want this.
Yeah.
We want women to do this. But then I see something like Bonnie Blue banging 1,000 dudes in a day, and I'm like,
Oh, that was
All right, maybe not her.
now I'm starting to get upset.
there's a line.
Yeah, it is funny. It's like we went from just Shakira shaking ass to Bonnie Blue banging 1,000 dudes like that. It was
Yeah.
like just overnight. We're like, Jesus, what
Oh,
happened?
that was a crazy situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was nuts, dude.
I found that very upsetting.
That was.
And I can't quite articulate why, because it's like she has every right to do it, consenting adults. It was a great business move. She's made a
She
ton of money.
seemed.
I think the only
genuinely
two
happy about it.
The only two spots that are okay are one and last. For the
Dude,
guys.
Last is
I
crazy.
love this take. I love this
Yes,
take.
I love
Wait, flesh that out. Flesh it out. I'm not against it, but I want to hear the.
one is obvious.
I want to hear why.
One is obvious.
One is
But
obvious.
last,
But
very
I want to
obvious.
hear the last. I want to hear.
Because she's just been getting it for like 24 hours, dude, and you're the light at the end of the tunnel for her.
Yeah, you're victory.
She-
You're victory.
okay. She's in love
Great
with you, dude.
explanation.
You know what I
so
mean?
So you are.
You're that
like,
guy.
You are the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
Hallelujah.
thank God for you, dude. She's
Thank
so
God,
happy
yeah.
to see you, dude.
Oh my
She
god.
she put some effort back into it, you know, because it's the last
She
one.
finds the effort. Because
digs
she
deep.
knows
Yeah. She
she's
digs
getting out.
deep.
It's like when you sprint at the end of a long run.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, that's a 5 more feet. I can sprint.
I can do it.
You get 1,000th
I
win.
can do this, dude.
What an analysis. I never would have. God bless you, dude.
That's
Kenny
genius.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
God bless this man.
You're the light. You're the light of the end.
You are our light.
Yeah.
You are our light, dude.
Hell yeah. Happy to
You
be here.
cracked that case.
Yeah. Oh, so I watched the
God.
fights at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Dang
That's
it.
why I
Oh,
was
nice,
bringing it back to
Nice,
that.
nice,
Council.
nice.
Dude,
Classy.
Dude, $7 Tito
Where'd
sodas.
you go? Let me ask. Let me ask.
Saugus.
Let me ask you two
Saugus
questions.
one.
No, let me ask you 2 questions.
All right.
How many Tito's sodas did you go? And second, what level of spice on the wings did you go?
So I was with my friend Jake and his girlfriend and her friend from Florida,
Okay.
and they ordered the food because me and him were
Okay, so you had no say on the spice level.
no say.
How-
She got buffalo,
so how many
lemon
Tito's?
pepper, and some other
Oh, so they
Asian
did a
chili
spread.
one.
So you're
We did a
good.
little
You're
spread.
Like, you don't even have to butt in.
They got a little bit of nacho action.
Of course,
I was just picking.
you have to.
I was
You're picking.
I was
you're
frequenting the
you're
bathroom.
You're picking jalapenos
I
off
was
the top.
frequenting the
Maybe a
bathroom
little
that
bit of
night,
cheese.
so I wasn't trying
Not
to
a big
eat
food
that
cheese
guy.
much.
on that.
Yeah,
Just, yeah. You were taking care of things.
taking care of business, dude.
You were doing,
Watching fights.
You were doing stuff. You were
Screaming
watching fights.
screaming at televisions with
But
with a group of people.
More
It was good.
importantly, how many vodka sodas do you think you put down?
So we were
$7
probably there.
is
We were probably.
amazing.
It's
I'm
awesome.
guessing. I'm
Awesome.
guessing 7. I'm guessing you hit 7.
It had to be at least that many.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because they were going down.
That's
they were
a
going down
strong- that's a-
smooth.
That's a strong number.
Yeah.
You got to think too. At Buffalo
nice.
Wild Wings, are they doing 2-ounce pours on the Tito's, or are they?
It
doing
tasted
like,
like they were.
Are they doing a 1.5? Or are
It
they
tasted
going over?
tasted like they were.
Okay.
They were heavy-handed.
Who's the bartender?
No, we were at a table, so we weren't even
Oh,
at the
you
bar.
couldn't even
Couldn't even schmooze.
I feel like if you've been at the bar, you can schmooze a little extra, like
Yeah, get a little-
3 ounce pour
yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yo,
remember.
did you like how when you came in, I just slipped you that I said, "Hey, thank you,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Get it?" Kenny sat at my bar the other night, and he got what's your girl's name again?
Marissa.
sorry, I forgot that.
No, it's all good.
She's a new friend. She's the shit, by the way.
Fuck.
Super cool.
I'm looking forward to meeting her, man.
Yeah.
But they came in, we were like closing down, but they like came in post-close, and I just went up to my manager, who's like the homie, and I was just like, hey, can I just like get a beer and a wine? She was like, yeah, that's cool. So we were just like closing down around, and then I was
we were
like,
just chit-chatting.
and I was just like, hey, Kenny, thank you. And I slid him the check, and we have a button that says thank you. That's just $1 charge.
Yeah.
And I was like, get it, dude. Get it? I said thank you, and it says it on the, don't you get it?
Oh, I got it.
And I felt kind of cool, because I was like, I did like this one.
And then I got to give you a nice tip. Oh, that was nice.
I remember being
Give
like
me 2
first
tips.
starting to go to bars and thinking like how cool it was when somebody schmoozed a bartender into giving them like an extra drink or something. And
Yeah.
now that I'm older, I'm like, it is the easiest thing to do. Other bartenders want nothing more than to give people free drinks.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
Unless you're a dickhead.
Yes and no. Like,
Yeah.
it's easy if you're not a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So a lot of people, and you're right, it's easy, but a lot of people fuck it up.
Yeah.
So if you're just cool and you like just like do your thing and then
Yeah.
hey, you're gonna get a shot, or you're gonna get this, or you're gonna get that, and like,
Yeah.
but a lot of people who like think they know how to like be at a bar, a lot of the time the worst customers will be like, oh, I used to be a bartender. As soon as somebody says that, I'm like, I'm fucked right now.
Yeah.
Because they send shit back. They fucking
Yeah.
they're trying to impress their friends who haven't been in the service industry. They haven't done it for 5 years. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. As soon as you hear that, you know they're gonna be a fucking disaster. Most of the time, people who don't work in the industry who are just chill are like the chillest fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
And like as they say, common sense is the least common sense. So like, it's few and far between you get people who actually know what the fuck they're doing. But like, yeah, like guys like you would come in and fucking probably get a free shot or whatever. But like a lot of people who like think, oh, I'm fucking cool, I can do this. They're the worst fucking people.
It's
at the
so
bar.
funny to have that job experience and be sending shit back. It's like, oh, you learned the exact opposite lesson from all this.
So
Yeah.
it's
like,
people who haven't done it in a while and kind of they're in another profession or whatever, and they want to give you that like
I'm
intro.
one of you guys kind of thing.
But they're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And they completely forget, and then they like try to impress people they're with, or they try, oh, this is not how I would do it, or da da da, but they don't fucking remember shit. The coolest people are either people who just like don't work in the industry, who just like are hanging out, or people who are like current bartenders who don't feel the need to tell you that they understand how it works.
yeah.
And you just understand that they do, and you're like, hey, here's a shot, or like whatever.
Something has to be severely fucked up for me to send it back. Like, I sent back a chicken sandwich at Genie's once because it was literally raw. Like, you know, I was like, if I eat this, it's going to make me sick.
You gotta just
Yeah.
bite the bullet. Just get the salmonella.
Yeah. Oh, I had it bad once, and it was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
You gotta
I felt
pad that gut biome, dude.
Yeah, I think
It's a second brain. Serotonin. Listen.
getting salmonella from
Salmonella.
Jeannie Johnson is like that's a
That's
a
a rite of
rite of
passage.
passage.
That's a rite of passage as a comic, dude. How many times do you think Rhodes has gotten salmonella?
yeah multiple dude.
We can't even count it.
Yeah.
We could punch it into a
an
calculator.
iron-bellied
It
man.
might be too high.
Yeah.
And look at him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhodes would definitely not complain about it, that's for sure.
No.
No, dude, it probably wouldn't even affect it, honestly.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, well.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Salmonella, dude.
Like, do you guys have any weed I can have?
License to salmonella, dude.
Oh fuck, man.
Is that 3D, Eddie?
The
The Inca guy?
no.
Is that not? Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
Is that not an Inca thing?
You're close. It's pre-Columbian.
Damn it.
It's
Aztec?
pre-Columbian. And
Chichen Itza. Quetzalcoatl.
I think
Keep going.
you're close. Quetzalcoatl, I
Milagro.
believe, was either
George Clooney. Fuck!
I forget exactly what society it belonged to, but the idea is like in real. I got that at a museum in Los Angeles, and like the real thing it's based on is like 10 feet tall. It's so fucking
no
big.
shit. Okay,
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
got an Easter Island situation going on.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
Easter
yeah, yeah.
Island energy. I forget exactly what it
He
belongs
looks
to. but-
kind of mad, but like he looks like he's mad at bad things trying to get in here.
Right.
Yeah.
I like to think. Yeah, he's like
pissed,
stoic.
but like he's pissed for us.
Yeah, he's like he's mad in the way the Royal Guard is mad.
Exactly.
You know, the red dudes with big hats.
They're professionals.
Yeah.
He looks like a professional.
Yeah, he's a
Professional angry guy.
Yeah.
He's security. You don't want a happy security guard.
No.
You wanna go
It's
with
like
an
a skinny
action
chef. It's the same
Dude,
thing. You don't want that.
That's a great skinny chef. Yeah, dude.
Don't trust him.
Those are some of my favorite videos. Is people fucking with the Royal Guard and the Royal Guard.
Oh,
those
dude,
guys
they
go
don't
so
fuck around.
hard.
I feel like it's crazy that people just like those videos surface every few months.
For sure, yeah.
The Royal Guard,
evergreen.
they handle those people the same way.
Yeah.
You know that the people doing that shit have seen those old videos.
Yeah.
What did they fucking...
Not necessarily. It's like, you know, one of my favorite Instagram...
Or maybe they just think they're special, so they're not going to do that to us. This is...
Right. Like, I have a special
whatever.
idea of where the line is. It's like, no,
like,
you don't. But it's like anybody listening to this should
prank,
follow
bro.
Taurons of Yellowstone. Like, tourist morons of Yellowstone.
Oh,
Dude.
jeez.
It's like, it's people exactly like that.
Yellowstone is so dangerous.
Yeah, dude, people were walking up to bears and shit. Just like getting mauled for no reason.
They're like,
Fucking idiots,
it's like
dude.
kind of like a cartoon.
Right.
This thing.
They think every animal is just a big dog that you can go pet.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no. No, dude. That moose will spear
And
you.
any of those
Yeah.
videos where someone gets fucked up by a wild animal, like
Yeah.
at Yellowstone or otherwise, like they're always so surprised.
Yeah.
They're like shocked that
Yeah.
a wild animal like behaved wildly.
Like a wild animal.
You know what else
Yeah.
I love about those videos
They're
too?
so
is
shocked
that the
every time.
animal is always like... The animal always gives them a lot more leniency than I
So
expect
much,
them to.
so like, dude, it'll be like 2
Yeah.
minutes, and you're like, is it gonna fuck it up
Yeah,
yet?
the bear's just like, dude, come on. For
'Cause
like
the-
2 minutes.
But
yeah.
you know what?
Smart enough,
You know what I
dude.
think it is too is like I think the bear fucking knows how stupid that person, and they're like, I'm not even gonna fuck. You know when you're like hammered at a bar and some guy's being fucking braggadocio or
Mr.
whatever,
Tough Guy.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're like hanging with your boys, and you're like, I'm not even gonna like you're.
If we ignore it
Stay-
long enough, it'll go away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like in that setting, like to get to the point where a bear mauls you, like you have to test it so many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a similar thing where it's just like they're like, wow, that's a really dumb naked monkey. I'm not even gonna expend the energy
yeah.
to like deal with that.
It's like I was
Unless it
raised
becomes
I was
irritating
raised to
me.
fear nature in the sense of like if you see a bear, no matter how far away it is, you turn around.
Yeah.
You know? Like whereas bears in reality will let you get like 10 feet. Like
Did you ever see
not recommending it obviously.
Grizzly
but-
Man?
Who?
Grizzly.
Yes.
Timothy
Incredible
Treadwell.
documentary.
I'm Timothy Treadwell, king of all foxes. You know the craziest part about that documentary? Werner Herzog, right? So the
Yes.
narration is insane.
He rules.
First of all.
He fucking rules.
Second of all, the craziest thing about that documentary.
Wait,
to
hold
me,
on, hold on.
I've
Kenny,
seen
do you
it.
know the premise of Grizzly Man?
No.
Dude, okay. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna blow your mind really quick. So me and my best friends in high school became obsessed with this. Right when it came out, we watched it like every night for like a couple weeks, and then we like dropped it. But I can like quote the whole movie because like we were so fascinated by this guy because he's fucking nuts, and he would go to Alaska, in like this area where like
Uncharted.
It was an uncharted, basically like grizzly bear sanctuary where like they're, and he did like insanely like novel research on grizzly bears and
Yep.
stuff, but like to our point about like how they're just like letting a crazy naked monkey. All right, I'm not gonna deal with that. There, I think Werner Herzog posits this in the documentary, but he's like, he did it for like 10 years and then he finally got mauled and he got eaten.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure, and I think they bring this up in the documentary, that like the bears just thought he was fucking nuts and were like, let's, because he would literally be like 5 feet from like
Right.
grizzlies
he would,
while
like,
they're
cuddle them.
feeding.
Yeah.
Like,
And
cuddle
he'd be
them.
like, no, no, no. He was like almost
He'd
like
pet
Michael
them.
Jackson-y in like his like demeanor. He'd be like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
Fuzzy. No, no.
Yeah.
And they just like walk away. And he thought he was like the master of the bears.
Very
but, like,
effeminate.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure the bears were like, this guy's fucking nuts.
Yeah, what
I'm
is this
just
guy
gonna go over there for the salmon now.
Yeah.
The craziest thing about that documentary is that he was more normal. And I don't know if you remember this, but he had a mental break because he lost the part to Woody Harrelson in Cheers. He was gonna be... It sounds.
How do I not remember this? This is incredible.
When he lost that role, he was an actor.
Yeah.
He was like living in LA, and it was him versus Woody Harrelson to get the sitcom Cheers for Woody Harrelson's role. And he lost it, and then he just started oh shit, I just flicked the mic. And then he just started fucking off to I did it again. Then he just started fucking off to Alaska every summer. After that was the turning point of his life where he became the grizzly bear
It's a little
guy.
bit like, my bit about
Which is
like,
so
the Trump assassin, like jerking off to porn, getting post-nut clarity, and
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to shoot the president. It's a
Yeah.
little bit like that. It's like,
It
I didn't
really
get
is.
Cheers. I guess I better go to Alaska and fuck bears.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he fucked any of them, but like,
I mean,
it wasn't
I don't
off
think
the
he
table.
did.
It wasn't off the table.
It's a non-zero chance.
Non-zero chance.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, Kenny, the proximity he had to these bears will blow your mind. I mean, he was he was living amongst them.
Dude, you gotta watch this documentary.
Yeah.
You'll just be fucking laughing the whole time though. Like,
What's it called again? Grizzly what?
Grizzly Man.
Grizzly Man.
Yeah. Joe, do you know the story of Wojtek? This I've definitely talked about on the podcast
I don't
before.
think so.
Multiple
Sounds
times.
kind
We
of
love
familiar.
Wojtek over
We love
here.
Wojtek. This is evergreen. So Wojtek was a bear that got like bought as a cub by this lieutenant of like a Polish resistance unit during World War II. And like the Poles got fucked harder than anybody. So this unit was just sort of on the move constantly.
Yeah.
And this bear grew up in the
Sorry,
unit.
I'm just facilitating deals.
You buy sell trade? You buy sell trading right now?
Yeah, dude, I'm just like day trading. It's like
You
I
buying
don't
the
wanna
tariff
talk
dip,
about
dude?
it. I mean, dude, like, listen, tariffs. What is a tariff at the end of the day?
Yeah, dude, you sound like every right-wing influencer talking about like, what is your 401k
No, so
anyway?
like, what
Who
is
cares?
so what is it?
So what? You lost half your money. What is money?
Yeah, he's doing great things for the country, though. All right, eventually, fingers crossed, this is all gonna work out, and I won't lose my home. All right.
It's like I'm a little embarrassed for you guys that you're so upset that your stock market portfolios hit the ground. Like,
Listen, have I been placing a lot more bets on Greyhound dog racing? I can't confirm or deny that, but like, yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I saw earlier. Do you know what how much money people in Colorado spent on table tennis betting on just in January?
I think a lot. I forget how
I
much.
Give it a
don't- I don't
ballpark.
even
Give it a
wanna know,
ballpark.
dude.
50
So
million.
the way that you're saying that is like, it sounds like it's like
It's a ridiculous
it's
amount of
tens
money for
millions.
for
I'll
one
say
month.
10 million.
I'll say 20 mil.
It was 32 million
Holy shit.
in
I thought
January.
I guessed way too
That's
high.
only
I thought
My
I
first
guessed
guess was 50, and then I was like,
way
no way.
too high.
Yeah.
32 million.
yeah in January. Yep.
Yeah.
In Colorado.
Why?
That's it. Only
What?
in Colorado.
Dude, sports betting is Bonnie Blue right now. It's too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
We've gone too
So
far.
wait. That's 1 month
In one state. Yep. On only table tennis. Ping pong, dude.
I feel
Fucking
embarrassed
ping pong, bro.
for them.
Dude, it's the phone. It's constantly accessible. You can do it all day long. So
Well, that's like also just like the crazy, like, because no one knows what's happening with table tennis.
There's so many variables.
yeah.
There's no balls of fury guy that's
Right.
betting on this and winning
Yeah,
a lot of
there's
money.
no
Yeah.
constant.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, backspin, next shot.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
think about how
$10,000.
rapid the back and forth is.
This
so
is gonna
it's
hit the
like
net.
These are like all overseas too, so it's all
Yeah.
in the middle of the night. So this is like
Holy
crack
fuck, dude.
cocaine.
yeah. And you think about like, okay,
Sports
with the way
betting.
sports go back and
Crack?
forth. Football takes a long time between drives. Basketball, you have to go up and down the court.
You can
Ping
actually
pong
think,
is
yeah.
just fucking like
Ping pong is crack.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
perfect for
crack.
crackheads.
yeah.
Wow, I kind of want to do crack and bet on ping pong now.
Just so we don't leave this
Just
on the table.
not like forever.
Yeah.
But like for
For a
like
little while?
I'll take a little, maybe go to Thailand
Ooh.
for like a month.
For the lady boys.
Dude, did you watch White Lotus?
I thought it was way better than the second season.
Dude, I don't have a ranking of the seasons, but I think the people who say the third one sucked, they're out of their minds.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I
Third
don't
season
either.
was sick.
I
dude.
thought it was
I liked it a lot.
unbelievable.
It's great.
There was, it's everything you want from White Lotus, which is just slow burn, just like fucking
Yes.
catty bullshit
Yes,
that like
yes.
high school nobody gives a fuck
Exactly.
about.
Yep.
But I thought that the actors that they got fucking Lucius Malfoy. They got
He
fucking
rules.
Dude, every actor in this... Dude, they got Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell's hands down
He's goated.
top 5 favorite actors
Walton
for me.
Goggins, incredible.
The somersault in the hallway.
Yes, dude.
I guarantee you that was not in the script. That's just Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell
oh, you're not going to let
it.
me dance in the show?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a somersault
light
down the hallway.
jog into the
Walton Goggins and Sam Rockwell, when he sat down and Sam Rockwell sat down and ordered a tea, I was like, I just leaned in.
Yeah.
I was like,
Let's
is
go.
Gonna be
This is gonna be nice.
amazing.
Has the scene ever
And
disappointed you less? Has the scene ever
I
disappointed
don't
you less?
honestly. One my favorite comment I ever saw on that show was from that scene, and it just said, "I hope someone uses this monologue to get into Juilliard."
They will, dude.
And they will.
Yeah, 100%.
And you gotta love Walton Goggins' just reaction because
Yeah.
it's his boy, but he's like processing like this
Yeah.
insane, and it's getting more and more insane, and he's like,
Dude, we were talking about like being...
and all the while he's got a gun and a briefcase next to him, which is like that's an underrated part of that scene,
Yeah.
right? So there's so much shit going on in every scene of that, and it's like, yeah, people who say like, oh, I didn't like the third season, it's like, yeah, well, I understand that. I think you're stupid, but like that scene alone, there's a gun and a briefcase. You don't know if this guy's gonna kill this guy. That's why they're there, and then that monologue happens, and it just completely takes you into like almost a different show.
Yeah.
People are addicted to like these neat resolutions to plots. Like they need a Star Wars, like where the Death Star blows up at the end,
This is the good guy,
and
this
then
is the bad
and then it's
guy.
over, and we know what happened with everybody. It's
Yep.
like that's not interesting.
Yeah.
That's not. If you know what's
And-
going to happen, it's not interesting.
And also, getting into White Lotus just after the first season, you know it's all just satire and social commentary.
And it's all bullshit,
And
yeah.
just vapid
Yeah.
dialogue and like character studies of people in these small windows when they're on vacation. You don't
Exactly.
actually get to know. So it's like if you go into the show and you're like, you know what the show is, and then you're like, I didn't like that. It's like, that's fine, but don't shit on the show for being what it is.
Yeah.
I thought the third season was perfect.
It's
Like,
going to a
in what it
burger
was trying
joint
to
and being like, I don't like burgers. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
I can't help you.
Yeah.
Then kill yourself. We're gonna have to edit that out, guys. We're gonna have to bleep that.
Yeah, we're not pro suicide.
Did I? Ever
Unless
tell
you're a
you-
pedophile, then kill yourself.
So I
Indeed.
don't.
Yeah.
I forget if I told you guys this, but it's not something that I tell a lot of people. But I'm actually Tom Brady's son. Yes. I'm his son, guys. Okay.
I'm his son.
I just wanted to let you guys know because you're my homies, and we can cut that out of the episode. I don't want to like the general public knowing that. But
That's all right, man.
I'm actually Tom Brady's son. Isn't that crazy? I kiss him on the lips.
Yeah.
I've seen him tell people in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
That
shouts it.
motherfucker's
He
a
shouts it
deadbeat
in
dad.
bars.
Oh, he's the worst dad ever. You guys even want.
Yeah.
Yeah. All he loves is football.
Yeah,
it's all he's model pussy.
It's all he's got time for.
I would
guys.
love for there to be like somewhere out there like a totally abandoned, burnout Tom Brady kid with the leopard print fur coat just
Hey.
going around like.
You're welcome.
Oh man. Well, we're at an hour, fellas.
You're welcome.
We did it.
We've done it again.
Wow,
We've done
why
it
so
again.
fast?
I know.
Yeah, we were
It's
riffing
because we
around.
have
from
you
there.
on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, stop. You stop it. Hey,
You stop it.
Hey.
No,
You stop it.
Guys, we
Max
gotta
Verstappen.
we gotta see more movies together.
Oh, we didn't even
Indeed.
talk about.
Oh,
Megalopolis?
Megalopolis. Oh yeah.
I literally have forgotten every
right.
detail of that movie. I'd be down to sit down and rewatch it with you
We
guys.
should-
frankly.
Oh yeah, let's do
We
it.
should,
Yeah.
we should
I really like that movie. I
We
hate
should do a viewing.
Yeah. I hate how
Shia
much
LaBeouf stole the
people.
show. Shia LaBeouf stole the show.
Greatest character.
Indeed.
That was so good.
This is another one.
And also
where-
John
John
Boy.
Boy.
John
John
Boy
Boy
with the little
At
with
the
the little
crossbow.
crossbow.
What do you think about my boner? And it's a crossbow, and he shoots Shia LaBeouf in the back.
Dude, the amount that we were laughing at that was unreal.
I didn't stop laughing the entire movie. This is
Yeah.
another one like White Lotus season 3, where if you didn't understand what he was trying to do,
Yeah.
I can't help you.
Yeah,
it was
how
so
do you
fucking
explain
funny.
it? If somebody didn't get it, then it's like, well, all right, then just watch something else.
It was like every scene was a parody of like the classic version of that scene.
Dude, the last
every movie.
last
and so
shot
perfectly
of,
done. Like
what's the guy's name? I forget. What do you
Adam Driver,
No,
the main
he
guy.
played Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh my god, what is that guy's name?
The last shot where
Yeah.
she's
Oh,
hitting on the guy so that they're gonna cuck him,
Yeah.
And he's in the
Gary,
throne,
Gary,
and he just goes ding. And it's like a little, it's like a wink with almost like a sound effect.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, that show does not take itself seriously at all.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys.
But yeah,
Gotta
so
love
we're gonna. Yeah, listeners, keep an eye out for the Megalopolis film review.
Yeah, and
Like
keep an
8
eye out
months
for
later.
Joe Froeber Kung Fu Academic Explorers YouTube
Yes,
search.
indeed.
If
yes,
you want
look
to
that
see
up.
me do some Kung Fu
It's
in
very
China.
nice. It's very nice. He has a staff. He's jumping around.
There's a
It's
staff. There is a staff. There's music.
fun. Did you do a one-on-one hand-to-hand in that or no?
Yeah, I killed my sensei in that duel. And I never said why.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
So.
Sometimes they die. Sometimes they die. All right, well, check out the Delota Band. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Delata.
Delata Band. Excuse me, the
Thanks for the
Delata
plug.
Band. Yeah,
EP
dude,
coming
absolutely.
soon.
Yeah,
Dude, your performance at the Lily Pad was some of the best music I've heard in a
Oh,
while.
thank you.
Yeah,
man.
fucking great.
yeah. No, I love
appreciate
seeing you
that.
guys put it.
Unironically, it's so nice when your friend who plays
Fuck
music
yeah,
is
dude.
actually good and you
Yeah.
don't have to pretend
Thank you,
that you
man.
like
I
it.
really
Yeah.
appreciate
No, because especially I saw that song like when you and what's her name did it the one time.
Maddie.
Yeah, when you and
Same
Maddie,
song, it was just me and
it
her.
was just
Yeah,
you
yeah,
two, and then seeing it like with the full band and like the full finished song is like,
Yeah.
fuck, man, it's
It
so
adds-
good, man.
It's like you add a couple instruments and it changes the vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just tracked the full EP, 4 tracks on Saturday, and we're gonna drop it May 30th.
What is that
Show
called?
May 29th. I don't think we're gonna title it.
Delata
It's just-
EP.
Yeah, Delata EP.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Be on the lookout for that. It'll
Yeah.
be where you get music.
Yeah.
Oh, and check out fucking what's your solo album? Because that's sick too.
My solo album from
Yeah.
I think I dropped it like 2022 or whatever. It's called Terracotta Money Pot.
That's right.
Terracotta
Money
by
Pot.
Joe Froeber.
Check that out.
Terracotta Money Pot. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, this will have dropped by the
thanks,
time
lads.
this happened, but I'm looking forward to doing the Pop Boutique. If you go to that,
Hell
if you've
yeah.
been to that when you hear this, thank you.
Yep.
And then,
Oh, is that this Saturday?
Yeah, that's this
Yeah.
Saturday. And then the show on
Shout out
Broadway in
Sheffield.
Somerville.
Yeah, premiere on Broadway, May
Premiere on
1st.
May 1st.
Oh, and I guess we could say this. Me and Eddie are doing a roast battle at the Rockwell.
I forgot about that.
That's
When is
May.
it?
That's May 2nd.
That's May 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay. Sick.
Me versus Eddie.
Want to hear me call
bunch of
Kenny
other-
fat for an hour?
Yeah.
Come through.
Listen to me talking about how Eddie's a white guy. That's
That's all we got.
a generic
And
white
then
guy.
he go, Kenny, what the fuck is up, bro?
God damn it.
And then I crash through the door and say the same thing.
Yeah.
And then
What the
Kenny has to
fuck?
fight us off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I tell you what is up.
Yeah. We're going to do the highest,
now
form,
you will
highest art
listen
form possible, roast
To what is
comedy.
actually
Yeah.
up.
No, shout out Logan O'Brien though for the
Yeah,
spot.
it's a sick
out
opportunity.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Logan.
Thank you.
All
All
right.
Yeah, that's it. Cool.
Let's go, boys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
You believe it? This ain't nothing but doubt.